Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chemistry is Fun. Today we will discuss some topics which are related to NEET 2024. Today we will discuss a little about equivalent mass and vapor density molecular mass relationship. Many times the questions are asked which are related to molecular mass and vapor density. So we will see today how these two are related. So this video will be very much helpful for the students who will be appearing for NEET in 2024. So first let us see about molecular mass and vapor density. Now see, in case of a gas, the vapor density of any gas is the ratio of the densities of that given gas and hydrogen. And there should be similar conditions of temperature and pressure. So we can state that vapor density is equal to mass of n molecules of gas divided by mass of n molecules of hydrogen. So n is the number of molecules we are taking. So this can be equated as, because in both are n number of molecules, so you can also say that mass of one molecule of gas divided by mass of one molecule of hydrogen. So what is mass of one molecule of gas? That is molecular mass. So we can also state this as molecular mass of gas divided by molecular mass of hydrogen. Now we know that molecular mass of hydrogen is equal to 2. So this becomes equal to molecular mass divided by 2. So vapor density is equal to molecular mass divided by 2. So when we cross multiply, we get 2 into vapor density equal to molecular mass. 2 into vapor density is equal to molecular mass. On this basis, let us solve one numerical. Let's say it is given that 1 gram of the chloride was found to contain 0.835 grams of chlorine. Vapor density is 85. So it's a chloride of some element. And 1 gram of that chloride was found to have 0.835 gram of chlorine. Vapor density is given as 85. We have to calculate the molecular formula. Now mass of metal chloride is given as 1 gram. So in this chlorine is there, metal is also there. So in this chloride, chlorine amount is 0.835 grams. It is given in the question. So what will be the mass of the metal? Mass of the metal will be 1 minus 0.835, which is equal to 0.165 grams. Now see, we can have this ratio. Equivalent mass of metal divided by mass of the metal will be equal to 35.5 divided by mass of chlorine. Okay, because we can compare with 35.5 grams of chlorine. So equivalent mass of metal, this is very important. Equivalent mass of metal divided by mass of metal will be equal to 35.5 by mass of chlorine. Now from here, mass of the metal is 0.165. So here we will write 0.165. Mass of chlorine is 0.835. So in this place, if you write 0.835, we get this equation. Equivalent mass of the metal equal to 0.165, because when we solve this, mass of metal will come here multiplied to 35.5. So that will be 0.165 into 35.5 divided by 0.835, which is mass of chlorine. On solving this, we get this value 7.01. Now see, there is one more equation. I will tell you how to derive this. This balance, for valency of metal, how we do. See, we know molecular mass is equal to molecular mass of that element, which is a chloride. So molecular mass of the chloride will be equal to equivalent mass into X. Okay, molecular mass is equal to, how we divide the molecular mass? Equivalent mass into X, that is valency. Equivalent mass into X plus 35.5 into X. So X is the valency. Okay. So we divide the equivalent mass of that metal into x. So you will get the atomic mass of the metal. From here we will get the atomic mass of the metal plus 35.5 into x. This is for the chlorine part. But what is molecular mass? That is equal to 2Vd, 2 into vapor density. So instead of molecular mass is E into x plus 35.5 into x. Here we got E into x plus 35.5 into x. In place of molecular mass, we can write 2Vd. So 2Vd equal to E plus 35.5 into x, common. So x will be equal to 2 into vapor density divided by E plus 35.5. So from here we get this formula we are using. 2 into vapor density divided by E plus 35.5. So putting all the values, vapor density they have given in the equation as 85. We get valency of the metal as 4. We know chlorine valency is 1. So if valency of the metal is 4, formula for the chloride will be MCl4. I hope students, all of you could understand this. Now this area I am just explaining once again how you get this formula. This one. We know molecular mass will be equal to, molecular mass of the chloride will be equal to the atomic mass of that metal plus 35.5 into x. So for atomic mass of the metal, what we do? Equivalent mass into valency. So molecular mass will be equal to equivalent mass into valency, which is x, plus 35.5 into x. Molecular mass is also equal to 2 into Vd. We have already seen. That is equal to E plus 35.5 into x. So x will be equal to 2 into Vd divided by E plus 35.5. This only we have used here to find the valency. So by putting all the values we get valency 4. So formula of the chloride will be equal to MCl4. Next we will come to the topic equivalent mass, and here also I have discussed one problem related to this, because in the examination, competitive exams, many numericals will be asked from the physical chemistry part. So we have to concentrate more on the numericals. First we will understand the concept and how we apply to the numericals, that is more important to score very good marks. So equivalent mass I will also deal in another few next videos also. Here I will deal with a small part and I will continue it in the next videos with some more numericals. So please subscribe to my channel and continue watching till the end. Equivalent mass. Now equivalent mass of a substance is defined as the number of parts by mass of the substance, means how much part of the substance can combine with or displace 1.008 parts by mass of hydrogen, or means either it can combine with 1.008 parts of hydrogen or 8 parts by mass of oxygen. Oxygen valency is 2, you know, so 16 by 2 is 8, or 35.5 parts by mass of chlorine, or 108 parts by mass of silver. So the equivalent mass of the substance will be how much mass of that substance can combine with either 1.008 parts by mass of hydrogen, or 8 parts by mass of oxygen, or 35.5 parts by mass of chlorine, or 108 parts by mass of silver. So that will be called as the equivalent mass of that substance. Now based on this I have solved one numerical. The question states that on dissolving 2 grams of a metal in sulfuric acid, so the metal is now reacting with sulfuric acid, so we will get some metal sulfate. So we have dissolved 2 gram of the metal in sulfuric acid and 4.51 gram of metal sulfate was formed. Here they have given specific heat of the metal. You have to calculate valency of the metal and its atomic mass. So I will also give you the required relationships, that is equations, which are used to solve the numerical. Now equivalent mass of sulfate radical will be its ionic mass by valency. For sulfate its ionic mass is 96 and we know sulfate radical valency is 2 minus because it is SO4 2 minus sulfate. So we divide by 2, we get 48. Mass of the metal sulfate is given as 2.51 grams. In this metal used was 2 gram, that is given. So if metal sulfate is 4.51 grams and metal is 2 grams, mass of the sulfate will be, we have to subtract 4.51 minus 2, that is 2.51 grams. So if 2.51 gram of sulfate is there, it is combining with 2 gram of metal. Okay, because 2 grams is given and total amount of the sulfate is 4.51. When you sulfate, that is total sulfate, metal sulfate is 4.51. Only sulfate radical is 2.51. So 2.51 grams of sulfate can combine with 2 grams of the metal. So for 48 grams, what will be the numerical value? 48 gram of sulfate should combine with 2 by 2.51 into 48. So it comes out to be 38.24 grams of the metal. So 48 gram of the sulfate should combine with 38.24 grams of the metal. Now there is a relationship, approximate atomic mass is equal to 6.4 divided by specific heat. This is a relationship which we can use at approximate atomic mass. So it is then put that specific heat value they have given 0.057. So approximately atomic mass will be 6.4 divided by 0.057, that is 112.5. This is approximate atomic mass. Valency is equal to approximate atomic mass by the equivalent mass. Equivalent mass we have already calculated to be 38.24 because 48 gram of sulfate can combine with 38.24 grams of the metal. So equivalent mass is 38.24. This 112.5, which is the approximate atomic mass, has to be divided by 38.24. That comes out to be 2.9, approximately 3. So we could find out the valency. Now exact atomic mass can be calculated from this one, 38.24 into 3. So equivalent mass was 38.24 we got. So valency we calculated from approximate atomic mass by equivalent mass. Approximate atomic mass was 112.5 divided by equivalent mass. What is the equivalent mass? 38.24. We got the valency as 3. So exact atomic mass will be this equivalent mass into 3. That is 38.24, which is the equivalent mass, into the valency. So we get it as 114.72. This is the exact atomic mass. And in the question they asked us to calculate this only, atomic mass. Okay. So we calculated valency, then we calculated the exact atomic mass. So valency and atomic mass, both are done. Valency and atomic mass, they asked that only. Valency they asked, atomic mass they have asked, both are calculated. I hope students you all could understand the concepts and the numericals which I discussed today. I will be constantly uploading videos on different topics which will help you in your exams. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you all.